La 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 la, ra ta 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 ta, na 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 na. Anyways, guys, today I want to talk about the New Year's beauty pomegranate. In Turkey, we have more than 80 different types of this beauty. We have the white ones, we have the dark red ones, we have pale ones, but actually this beauty carries in itself the sourness and the sweetness together. So as you remember, in our tongue we have four tastes: bitter, sweet, sour and salty. The sourness and sweetness is together in this beautiful fruit. I'm not gonna be shy. I wrote a book about this pomegranate. It's a thin book, but it takes us to different journeys of how differently we can use pomegranate. First of all, in Turkey we have something called the pomegranate sour, which I sometimes use in the recipes. Here also we sell it on Etsy, this pomegranate sour. It's like molasses, but the sourness is still there. When you make just molasses, it's sweet. You can do it with many fruits, but with the pomegranate, we want the sour. And I want to show you how to make this pomegranate sour first. But before I start, I want to tell you how differently we can use the pomegranate and the pomegranate sour in our recipes and fly with the taste. I also want to give you a perspective on how we can use the pomegranate in what we cook in a different way. For example, when you put the pomegranate seeds onto a pan, they start to pop like popcorn, and with a bit of oil and hotness, they turn into something like a ketchup. So what you can do, like if you have some French fries in the oven together with some popped pomegranate seeds, it's like eating it with a ketchup, but it's much cooler and it's very sweet and very sour at the same time. Or
is this your invention?
Yes, that's my invention. And secondly, for example, we have something called kısır. We have a classic recipe here, but you can wet the bulgur with pomegranate juice and it becomes amazing. It becomes purple, and again in the kısır we also use the pomegranate seeds and they just like pop in your mouth and it's beautiful, beautiful. If you like making rice, in Turkey the traditional way of making rice is you just like fry the rice first and then you put water. And instead of putting water, we put to the water some pomegranate sour and a bit of ginger. The water has a different taste and the color changes, and you put that water to the frying rice and then it becomes this purple pilaf together with some pistachios and parsley, and it becomes a heaven. Another way, if you like some sauced meats, like, you know, the IKEA meatballs, if you like the sauce on top, I have a different version of making that. We put the pomegranate sour and a bit of tahini and we mix it together well. And then we put some butter on the pan and we put that mixture and also add a bit of stock, and it becomes this incredible gravy with a bit of tahini taste and pomegranate molasses, which is like sweet and sour at the same time. And if you make a big steak, put that sauce, maybe some French fries, some maybe again pomegranate seeds. Mwah. We can make desserts, of course, in very different ways. If you just put some pomegranate juice with a bit of starch and a little bit of sugar, we make a light kind of pudding-like thing. We put it into a glass and fill it half, and we put it into the freezer. It freezes a bit. Then we put some sweet sparkling water, like Sprite kind of thing, and then we fill it that way, and some maybe pomegranate seeds on top. And what happens is, in the glass at the bottom there's gonna be the pudding, and the pudding is taken together with the soda together, and it has bubbles in your mouth, it pops in your mouth, and the sweetness and the sourness goes together amazingly. And I want to show you this recipe. Maybe one day we can make it. Outside could be the filo for baklava. We open that filo and we put some pistachios and various things and ice cream in the middle, and then we wrap it and put it into the freezer. It freezes and then we deep fry it and it becomes like a big fried ice cream. Outside is crunchy, then the crunchiness of the pistachios and the pomegranate seeds. Each layer, the crunchiness and the hotness, and then the cool ice cream is in the middle, and it's moi again. So these are some variations that you can do. And so it's not just the sauce you eat with the salad, but this is the richness of the cuisine and the creativity, and I wanted to share that with you. So, to do that, I have here 5 kilos of pomegranates, and I'm gonna cut them in half to make the sour first. And look at this beauty. It's beautiful, beautiful. In Greek mythology, it's a sign of marriage and life. In fact, it looks like this bloody thing, but actually, as the Quran says, it's something that exists in heaven too. So, I'm going to collect its juices. If you don't have such a machine, but if you have some other machine like fruit juice squeezer, what you can do is take these halves and take the seeds out and then use it that way. You might ask, Refika, how can I take these seeds out? That's another thing, and I want to show you how to make that too. Take a spoon and put your hands around your fingers, and from between your fingers let the pomegranate be able to drop and hit it like this. But don't do this on your countertop, but do it inside the sink. If you do this, you don't need an apron actually. I have some drops here, so don't wear your favorite shirt, that's for sure. As you can see, there's no pomegranates here. That's it. And some white parts might get inside, so you collect it with your hands. And here you have the pomegranate seeds. Now I want to show you how to make the pomegranate sour. It's quite simple. Burak will continue with the juices. What I'm going to do, here I have a wide pan and I have a sieve here, and I also have a cheesecloth here. One layer cheesecloth like that. So I drop the juice and all the extra things cannot get in. And the juice is here, all clean. I turn on the heat to the lowest heat. This is the pomegranate juice from the 5 liters of pomegranates. And it's going to start to boil and slowly evaporate and reduce. And in here, I have the one which is on the lowest heat for around 2 hours. And what I should do is time to time clean the sides like this, because as it's going to be there for hours, the sides, if they burn, the pectin becomes cancerous, so we don't like that. And this is it's done. As you can see, it's beautiful like this. I turn off the heat, and in the oven I have a bottle. What I did, I cleaned this and I put it in the oven so that it's sterilized. And I have this beautiful thing. You can also buy this from Etsy, I guess. Funnel. And I'm going to put this inside like that. Can you see the color? British person is trying to invade me. No! But this is how you make your own pomegranate juice. And we make these in Antakya, which is also famous for its pomegranate. They just collect it, and the same day they make this beauty, and we bottle it and live the beautiness. There are sauces that are sold. Sometimes it's called pomegranate sauce, not pomegranate sour or pomegranate molasses. And the sauce has some other things. Look at the pack, turn it, and look what's inside. It just has to be pomegranate. The rest is gonna be some additives and modified. We don't want that, we just want the real thing. So here it is, and now we're ready to make the 3 salads. And this is the leftovers in the pot. And I want to show you, as it gets cooler, it becomes thicker like this. Have a taste. For this episode, I want to give you 3 different salad recipes. And the reason I want to do this is how you can use either pomegranate sour or pomegranate in such different worlds. One is gonna be very traditional Turkish cooking, the other is gonna be unorthodox salad with shrimps, but we use whatever we learn from the taste of pomegranate. And the third one is gonna combine a French technique with the Turkish beauty of understanding how to make pomegranate sour. To cut the story short, I want to begin with the unorthodox one. Normally I do this as a filling to my Turkish sushi, but unfortunately because you don't have the yufka that we have here, it's not easy to make around the world. It's not going to be as tasty. So I turned that filling into a salad and I want to share it with you. Through the summer, hopefully after this pandemic is over, I want to invite you guys to my studio and where I live. And if you come, this is a recipe that I promise to make to you. Now, I have this hot pan here. I'm gonna put some olive oil inside and I'm going to add 200 grams of shrimps here. To these shrimps, I'm gonna add a lot of ginger and some garlic, bit of salt and bit of black pepper. The shrimp is very much like meat. You either have to cook it very shortly or very long. Otherwise, it turns into a chewy taste. The ginger and the garlic makes heaven. As you know, the shrimp is see-through. After it turns into a white thing with orange stripes, it means that it's already cooked. So I turn off the heat and my shrimp is ready. Another way to understand whether the shrimp is cooked, you just have to do this. And if it's easily cut, it's also done. Another trick. Now, it's gonna cool down here. I have here beautiful coriander. To that coriander, I'm gonna add a bit of salt, not so much, a bit of olive oil, a bit of pomegranate sour, but if you don't have it, you don't have to use it. The combination is already great because we use a lot of pomegranates, you're gonna see. And then I'm going to add some cucumbers. This is gonna bring freshness, some pomegranate seeds, and some poppy seeds, some meaning a tablespoon. Then I add my beautiful shrimps. Bahar, I made this last week. What do you say about the salad?
I ate it in a blink of an eye.
Yes, she did.
It was very delicious.
The shrimp gives a bit of juice. I don't want to include the juice, but I put the garlic and the ginger in. It changes the smell a bit. That's why. This is almost done. It's beautiful like that already.
Oh. I can hear your stomach, Refika. It says a lot.
It does say a lot. A bit more pomegranate won't hurt anyone. You might think that this is done, but something is gonna make this salad fly even more to other heights. This is mayonnaise and this is red pepper. Why there's mayonnaise? Because in Western sushi, mayo is used quite often. If you're looking for good red black pepper, olive oil, you can visit the store, Refika store in Etsy or Amazon, linked somewhere here. So you can have really good herbs and spices when you cook. It makes a whole difference. This is it. And what I'm gonna do is have lumps of this for each person.
It's a very Christmas salad.
It's a very Merry Christmas. And some more poppy seeds. Poppy seeds pop, pomegranate seeds pop, ginger from the behind pops. And it's very nice. Another salad. This salad is going to be with pears and pomegranate juice and with rockets. And this way, we're gonna have a really nice salad for the holidays. And it's very posh when someone else comes to your house. What we are gonna do, we are gonna poche the pears in the pomegranate juice. The idea, the genius behind the recipe, let's say, is actually we adapt a recipe from French cuisine, which is poching the pears. But we're not gonna do it with wine, we're gonna do it with pomegranate juice here. I'm going to drop them here one by one. If you don't have like small pears where you live, you can have just one big pear and slice it and put the slices in as well. That will also work in miracles. I'm going to simmer it in the lowest eye of the stove on medium heat. This is gonna cook about 20 minutes. And while it's cooking, as you can see, half of the pears are not in the juice. You can like turn and twist them. At the first moment you put in, we don't want the pears to go dark, so I'm just like letting all the pomegranate juice get around. And what's gonna happen is the pears are gonna cook in the juice And then the juice is gonna reduce while they're cooking, and I'm gonna take them out and I'm going to continue reducing the juice. But this time, of course, some juices from the pears are also gonna be involved. So it's gonna be pear and pomegranate sour. And we're gonna use that leftover juice to make the dressing of the salad. My sauce is almost done. Now I have here some walnuts, and I want to waken up the walnuts by putting some heat on it. This way it will be like cooking in its own oil, and the crunchiness will increase and the taste will slightly change. I don't toast the walnuts in non-stick pans because the heat increases. It has to be either steel or iron or enamelware. And this is our beautiful enamelware. I'm just tossing it a bit. The smell slightly changed already. As you can see from all that pomegranate juice, we're left with pomegranate and pear sour here. It's runny right now because it's very hot, but slowly it will thicken. Now, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, quite a lot of pepper actually, a teaspoon of mustard. And I'm going to clean this sauce with juice of 1 lemon. About 6 tablespoons of beautiful olive oil. All done. And this is our beautiful salad sauce. I'm going to put this to my rockets.
I really wonder the taste of that sauce.
To die for, huh? I'm getting all the sauces here. And all the rockets are dressed well. Last but not least, we have here Posh, which is goat cheese. Why the goat cheese here? The sourness match, but you can use any kind of fresh cheese you like. But this is especially really good with the salad. Then the pears goes to the top and then to the sides. Finally, dirty up the plate with some walnuts. The secret of this salad is, while having a bite, you should have some from rockets, some from the pears, some from the cheese, and it's heaven on earth. If you want, you can also put some more fresh pomegranate seeds, but it doesn't need it because the balance is so good. And this recipe is gonna be from Burak's hometown, which is the beautiful Diyarbakir, which has castle all around the city, which looks like a turbo fish.
Because it
And-
defends the city.
That can be seen from
Space.
the space. It's the
Second longest city walls after
China Wall, still standing and it's in perfect shape. If you come to Turkey, you must go to Diyarbakir and eat great food as well. So, the salad.
They're all diced really small, so they can get each other easily. We are using one purple onion, but you can use white ones as well. What we are gonna do, as I learned from Refika, not from Diyarbakir, we are rubbing the onions with a pinch of salt so that they can like soften and their edgy taste becomes more.
Smoother.
Yes.
What shall I add? The tomatoes.
Yes, tomatoes. You can always use your hands because it's easier and always tastier.
And cucumbers.
There are two, but we have small ones. If yours are big,
Use
then
just one. Oh.
just one. Yes.
And how
Green
many?
peppers. One also.
This is a big one again. So, if yours are small, 2.
Then we have two kind of acids. One is lemon, more salt. If you want it hot.
Red flake pepper.
And finally, pomegranate sour.
Also, we're gonna add some olive oil. We put it in this bottle to show you. This is unfiltered olive oil. It's very new. So I didn't put it from this box, I put it here because now it's the season. In December, the unfiltered olive oil is in the picture for about 2 months. So it's amazing. If you haven't tasted it, it's great. The fresh, grassy taste, lavender taste is in the oil. And it's perfect. And then finally,
Parsley. And if you like to add handful of walnuts.
super. I want to put my face into it. Oh, and I want to add
It's
some.
amazing.
incredibly tasty salad that you can. Everything is popping individually, and olive oil and pomegranate sour collects it perfectly. We can put it just like this, or I just wanted to do this. Is it okay?
Of course.
Look at this mountain and look at the color of the juice of the salad. This is heaven. My two little elves. Okay, which one is your favorite, Bahar?
Oh,
You take this.
as you said, one perfect bite.
Yes. Now we're seeking for one perfect bite. That's one perfect portion.
Well, I have a big mouth. It's amazing.
Amazing. Afiyet olsun. As you can see, lots of juices. So also we make a shamandra.
Beautiful, but I want to try this. Your Turkish sushi is one of my all-time favorites.
They are all amazing.
Amazing.
Very delicious.
Now, please guys, support us by liking the video.
Leaving a comment.
If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and make one of these recipes and share it with your loved ones.
And share a photo with us.
Yeah.